Well, Chris,
please.
That's
Chris,
what's problem.
Chris,
Three quarterbacks
stop.
since 2017.
Chris.
hey, Chris, good morning.
Good morning. Love the show, guys. Cap, this message is directed at you because Hoodie says he's not going to go up and down with every win or loss. But we went through the entire draft process, and you would tell caller after caller how the Bears are taking Caleb Williams no matter what. How are we, after one game, talking about even suggesting benching this guy after one game into his second season?
Who suggested that?
You did.
When did I suggest that?
You were saying, if stuff doesn't go well after the first few games, they could be looking at a change. What are you suggesting?
Well, that does not sound like me saying that they should. All I said was, what level of patience will this coach have?
I didn't say that you said that they should. You're suggesting it, and this is
I am not suggesting anything.
This is why.
Hold on, Chris.
I'm going to call it. This is why the Bears go through quarterbacks.
The question.
We have gone through 3 draft picks since 2017, highly drafted, and you guys you are running people out of town. You guys have the biggest microphone in the city, and it's what's wrong with the Chicago Bears. This guy has played one game in his second season, and we're talking about going to a Division II quarterback over somebody that won the Heisman in 2022.
Hold on a second. You've had your chance. Now I'm going to speak. I never said they should bench him. I never suggested they are benching him. I simply asked a question. Listen to the question. How much patience will this head coach have? And I said, not just at quarterback, at any position if they don't start winning games. That's the question.
They're not even considering it up there. And you guys are leading with that. They're not even considering that.
Considering
you really
what?
think Ryan Poles would allow them to start Tyson Bagent over Caleb Williams in year 2 after investing that?
No one is saying that. Please pay attention. Take the couple Q-tips.
Listen every day, and I'm paying attention. What changes were you would say? Who is up for getting benched on that team right now?
I didn't say anyone is. I said.
What changes then were you suggesting?
Okay, all I said was at any position. You
didn't say at any position. You guys have been hitting at Caleb for the past 48 hours.
Well, I believe this morning, in fact, we could pull the tape, I said, not just at quarterback, at any position, how much patience is he going to have? I mentioned at right guard. That guy had a bad game. I simply am asking the question.
Another guy that they just signed after his first game?
Well, Chris,
please.
That's what's problem.
Chris,
stop. Since 2017.
Chris, stop for a minute. No one said anyone's getting benched. Please follow along. I said, how much patience at any position will Ben Johnson have? That's all I'm asking. No one's saying anyone's getting benched. It's one game. I asked how much patience a coach being paid $65 million guaranteed is going to have. That's all I'm asking you, man. No one's getting anyone benched. Stop, please.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Chris, we appreciate the telephone call, and now he leaves line open. 312-332-3776 is our phone number.
God, pay attention, people.
What I would say to Chris, and we appreciate the telephone call, what I would tell you is that from my standpoint, I think it's all an evaluation when you're a first-year coach. It's all an evaluation. That's the reason why that he's here, to evaluate who he can run with and who he can't. That's the quarterback. That's the right guard. That is defensive. That's the evaluation. And I know that people expect for the Bears to be in a deep playoff run just because Eberflus isn't here and that coaching staff isn't here anymore. But what I would tell you is that when you're a first-year coach, especially when you've never done it before, you have to evaluate what the Chicago Bears is in your eyes. Mm-hmm. Again, the way you want to run the organization. So you have to look at the players that you feel you can win with. And this is why it's all an evaluation, including the quarterback, Caleb Williams. Make it clear, I'm not trying to push Caleb Williams to the bench or out the door. You have to be able to find out whether or not you can win with him or not. It goes back to what Mike Tomlin said on the pivot regarding the responsibility of coaching.
I love to hear coaches resist the responsibility of coaching.
What'd you say, Coach?
Because they're easy to beat.
What'd you just say, Coach?
I love coaches that resist the responsibility of coaches, that talk negatively about a dude that can't learn and blah, blah. Man, if everybody could learn, we need less coaches.
Yeah, that's real.
Right? If the group didn't need management, then we wouldn't make as much.
Yep.
I love reading draft evals and somebody's talking about anything other than pedigree, talking about how poor somebody's hand usage is. Well, that's coaching. I don't run away from coaching. I run to coaching.
Love it.
It all is in line with that not seeking comfort, because when you're a coach that's talking about somebody can't learn, you're seeking comfort because your teaching is struggling.
Yeah, it's easy to cut and run and pull the trigger, but I would say that you have to exhaust every angle to try to get the most out of whatever player we're talking about. If it doesn't work, then you have every right to say, I got someone else I'd like to put in that place because I feel like I could be more productive with someone else.
I think what Chris missed on that too is, like, if we are talking about, I am talking about Caleb, and I wonder how patient Ben Johnson's going to be if you keep watching Caleb miss simple throws and you keep seeing Ben Johnson GD on the sideline that they're not converting third down and they're not converting fourth down. What level of patience will he have? I get that there's a massive investment in the quarterback when you draft him number 1 overall, but we have examples of number 1 overall quarterbacks being benched early in seasons by new coaches. I just brought up Bryce Young, who got benched.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, after week 10, Bryce Young was the only quarterback in football with 10 or more touchdowns and no interceptions. You can argue that Dave Canales didn't give up on him. He put him in a better position to succeed by taking him out of a game and stopping the bad habits. I would also just mention to Chris with the, they invested so much in Caleb Williams. Okay, that's fine. Did they or did they not invest money in Tyson Bagent? Did they or did they not say they believe Tyson Bagent can be a starter in the NFL? Both of those things happened. So it's not like they aren't investing in the other guy.
Well, they're definitely the investment that I think Chris could be also talking about is not necessarily financial, talking about how much money do you put into it, but just the bodies and the talent. They're trying to lessen the excuses for Caleb Williams or reasons why he can't succeed. Why is that? You got 3 new offensive linemen. Why is that? Is because you got another tight end. You got several wide receivers. So there's plenty of talent to go around. Now it's up for the head coach and the quarterback to be on the same page.
And the accolades only go so far because, you could win a Heisman, but you could still be a bust.
Sam Bradford won a Heisman.
There you go.
Like, that doesn't – once you're in the NFL, I don't really care what you did in college. It doesn't matter anymore.
Let me ask you a question.
The investment also in Ben Johnson, too, along with the players, other investments as well.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson got paid insane money for a guy who's literally never been a head coach anywhere. And I'm glad he's here. I didn't think the Bears would do that. That's the price of doing business. But he got $65 million. I'm simply asking a question, Chris. How patient will he be with anybody out there? Anybody.
It's a good question. And again, I don't know because I don't know Ben Johnson.
Let me ask you another question. I just think of things as I'm driving in and I see that beautiful skyline. If you were Tyson Bagent, you got a record of 2-2 as a starter so far in your NFL career. Everyone in the building raves about your work ethic, your intelligence, your ability to understand the offense, all of it. Ben and Ryan have come out and said, that dude can be a starter in this league. He's really good. And they lock you up at $5 million a year. That is, to you and me and anyone else, that'd be amazing.
Yep.
To him, that's tip money in the NFL. If you truly believe in yourself, and he does, that he can be a starting quarterback for a franchise in the NFL, he only had a year left on his deal. Does he say, yeah, I'm good. I appreciate it. I'm good. Because you're going to get picked up wherever you go. And if you do get a shot as a starter, you're going to get paid a hell of a lot more than $5 million. Does he privately think, I don't know the answer to this, deep down, does he go, I'll bet you I got a shot here. I'm going to stay right here. I know this offense. I love that coach. That coach believes in me. I'm going to take the $5 million over the next 2 years, $10 million. I'll have some cash, having a baby in October with my girlfriend, and I'm going to keep working. And maybe, just maybe, I get my chance here.
Understanding your role is key. I think he understands his role.
Right
and that's
now.
why he's here
His
right
role
now.
now.
Absolutely.
You know what? I maximize some extra money, and if I go in there and I do become the starter for whatever reason, injury, substandard play, and he kills it,
Yeah.
he getting paid.
There you go.
And meanwhile, it's Caleb Williams' job to keep his ass pinned to the bench.
That's exactly right. Caleb, just go out and do your job. Period.
Shay's platform is next on Kap and J Hood.